everybody. Welcome to Street Fight Radio. It's Wednesday night, time for a street fight. We are back and ready to go on the attack against the squares and the corny motherfuckers in power that want to tell us what to do. We are finally doing a show again. I apologize for taking the break. We had a good time on tour. We'll tell you all about it. Thank you for being here for our first show back. If you're watching on live stream, we do all of our shows on live stream now. So if you want to hang with the gang, chat. The Discord is all hooked up now, so people are in the Discord are chatting too. Head over to Twitch, head over to Facebook, head over to Twitter, head over to YouTube. You can watch the live stream as we do it and listen to the show and talk to people. For those of you that don't know who we are, my name is Brett Payne. My co-host is Brian Quinby. We're Street Fight Radio, the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation. We've been doing it for 8 years now, out of capital of Ohio, Arawak City, as it will be named after the renovations come through, known as Columbus for now. And we are shit, man.
We are shit.
We are shit.
We're shit.
We're shit. Like everybody else. We're shit like everybody else, but we're the only people willing to admit it.
We're smoking on mids down here.
Yeah.
We're actually not hitting the mids. I just posted a picture of mids and people are freaking out about it.
Puffing on seeds, man. It makes you berserk, man. Makes you fucking crazy, dude.
People who, by the way, if the shit went down and there wasn't any more weed and that was all that was there, would be begging us to hit that weed.
Oh, I'd be back on the mids. No problem, man.
Yeah.
No problem.
I mean, it's like I go to these big cities, for example, Washington, D.C., and I see a ton of people smoking those fucking spliffs. And I'm like, you are a fucking sicko with these things. But it's like they can hit it all day, I guess, is their thing.
I think that's just Sam Knight, really.
I don't know. I've seen more
and
people
other
doing it.
Members of the DC area reggae enthusiasts club.
Yeah, the District Sentinel crew. They'll put it to back. No, I've seen it in a few places.
Okay. And
over there in London and shit. That's how they smoke it over there.
Oh, I know about Two-Tone. I know all about Two-Tone.
It's sick. I can't do it. You either give me a cigarette or give me weed. One or the other.
No, they're great mixed together. When I used to have a job, I would unpack cigarettes and then repack them with a little bit of weed in them, and it was like, ooh, hit the green part of this one. Fucking love it, you know.
That's true. Oh, that was a fun tour, huh?
It was a great tour. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Not to pit anybody against each other, but Philly is far and away the best fucking people in the world. The show kicked ass.
Yeah, all the shows were great.
Yeah, but Philly did like a million times better than everybody
Portland
else.
Was great. Portland was like a true shock to the system, and Brett's just mad because it snowed while we were there.
I was not excited about the snow. I was looking at home and seeing that it was like 65 degrees out.
Yeah.
My daughter was doing picnics and shit.
Yeah. I think the thing, we should talk about what we did out there and stuff. I mean, we're not going to run over the whole travel log or anything like that. We had a shitload of fun. Met a lot of fucking cool people. New York's dropped down the list of great cities for us. I mean, here's the thing. I think every time I leave New York, I'm like, oh, fucking what a hellhole. And then I go back and I'm excited to be back, you know? And I gotta say, I met the most delightful drug dealer I've ever met in my entire life in New York. Just, a lot of drug dealers run their fucking mouths and they say, oh, I can get this, and they can't really. A lovely human being that I love. So that was beautiful about New York.
Yeah, I have to say that my opinion on New York, the city, is that it's a fucking awful place.
Yes.
No one should be allowed to live there. We should move everybody out. It's too much of a hassle to get around, and it costs too much money to get anywhere, and everything is just like so in your fucking way. Like, it's just not doing the best to like serve the public. But people there, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I love the people there. And like you said,
wonderful human.
We met a professional level New York City drug dealer, not like your cousin, you know, that just sells weed for $5 more than what he gets it for.
I'm
you know?
honestly gonna like really give people the stink eye now if they claim to be a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Like, what you got? Like, what you got over there? Okay, what can you get me?
Right.
Because this person, I was able to ask this person, and I just
anything is on the table.
anything was on the table. You know, beautiful. It was beautiful.
It was great.
That was
and good deal too. The best deal I've ever gotten.
Oh yeah. It's straight up just the highlight of New York. Really,
yes, it was the incredible drug
the
hookup.
day I ate 12 Oxycontin.
Yeah.
But that part of the country, Philly was great. Of course, we've been to Philly. We spent 4 days in Philly, and we had like a really good time. And the audience in Philly was really great. And New York was fun. The show was fun.
You know what Philly did, and we have to get this started. In Philadelphia, when we were doing the show, somebody threw a 6-pack of Sodexo branded socks, like corporate swag. Someone swung it at the fucking stage. And then someone threw a Great Clips bag at us from the stage. It was the best thing in the world.
Yeah,
I loved
throw
it.
your corporate swag at us. I don't know what we'll do with it, but it's cool that people are doing it now.
Donate
Like,
it
you
or
don't
hand it
want
out.
you know?
Yeah. I mean,
We'll take
socks.
it.
Homeless people need socks.
Yeah.
You know?
And throwing it on stage at a show is funny. It's like people throwing their panties at us, but it's something more worthless.
Yeah, you get, and then, you know, you get something out of it too.
Yeah.
It's better than just a slap in the face from your employer, you
Yeah.
know, when they gave you socks with the company logo on them.
Yeah. So I really love Philly. I love New York. I've been to New York, but the part of this tour that really kind of was crazy to us, because we've been to Philly and New York. We've spent significant time in both places. We know those places. We have friends in those places. Is that we went up to New England after that. And we did Portland, Maine. And the people there were fucking great. And fucking rowdy audience. And they were very fun. And it's the first place where they handed out naloxone at one of our shows.
Yeah, that was a big one. Main Access Point showed up and handed out naloxone to any of the hard party and street fight.
I mean,
crew.
really, even if you just party at all, you should have it. It's
True.
not like a hard partying thing. It's like if you party and people are maybe... There's a possibility that they might be doing opioids around you, it's a good idea to just have it. Because if it's heroin...
Right.
I mean, that's the thing we talk about so much is like, if they legalized it, we would know what we were getting and you could take pills and it would be all big fun thing. But with heroin, you never know what's in it. And
right.
If somebody starts to exhibit the, looks like they're going to OD, it is great if you have this thing that you can hit them with. Especially since the police are so afraid of fentanyl that they'll be suiting up in a fucking astronaut suit before they can get in there, and you'll die before they get there.
Yeah, they're too afraid. They're too afraid of breathing in a fentanyl.
And if you're in Maine and you can work with Maine Access Points, I don't know what they need or what kind of volunteers they need, but that is an organization that, I mean, I really found those people wonderful. They were very serious people, and they gave us shirts. They weren't serious. Like, I think when I say serious people, it would lean people to believe that I mean, like, they don't fuck around and joke around. But when I say serious, like, they're people that know what they're talking about, and they're people that, they're people that are passionate about this thing and aren't just gonna stop doing it like you have sometimes in activist circles. So, like, I was really impressed with them. I think they talked us into going to a drug policy conference in St. Louis in November. So I think we're going to be doing that. It's like November 10th, and it's a drug policy conference, and all the harm reduction advocates are going to be there. And I think me and Brett are going to go down there. I don't think we're part of it or anything. If they want us, then they're more than welcome to have us. But we will do something for them for free, probably. But they haven't asked us, but we're going to be there. And we'll probably do a show down in St. Louis and redeem ourselves. And
yeah, that would be nice.
And but you know what I'm saying? Like, that was beautiful. I thought that was a really great thing. Like you see a lot of these groups. I think the DSA still has roughly the same core group of people, at least in Columbus, roughly the same core group of people running things that they did 2 years ago when the big recruiting boom came up. And they're very serious people. You know, it's not their full-time job, but they treat it like their full-time job. And I really got that vibe from Maine Access Points. And, you know, it's brave in 2019 to advocate for harm reduction in any way that makes a difference. Because like the police are just like everybody's out to get these people. They just want them to die and go away, and they see them as a bother. So I really want to reiterate how impressed I was with Maine access points, and the DSA there was good. The DSA in Boston was really great, and they tabled at our show. And there's a lot of laws up there, man. That part of the country feels hostile to me.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones where they also tell you like live free or die and shit too.
But then there's taxes. That's no sales tax.
Okay,
is what that means.
But
they literally mean free. They don't mean like freedom. They mean you don't have to pay sales tax.
We ain't gonna tax you. I did wonder, of the shoes I bought for my daughter had no tax on them, which was nice. I mean, I guess that's a selling point, right?
Yeah. I felt very much. I felt watched up there.
Yeah, there was a lot of police.
Sort of nickel and dimed a little bit. Like I kind of felt like, you drive 30 miles and then they want a fucking another $2 from you.
Can I get $3?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get $3?
Yeah. And the police are able to hide easier up there. Like
there were some sneaky ass fucking vehicles. There was one that I didn't even know what it was. It looked like someone's weekend fucking hot rod.
Like a motherfucking Knight Rider.
Yeah, it did. It was. It was a Knight Rider. It was a new kit.
It was like kit. I thought it was somebody doing an illegal U-turn, and I was like, wait a minute, that thing's got lights on it.
That has weird red lights in the back, and it's talking to the officer.
In Portland, we stayed downtown Portland.
Yep.
It seems like a very hip city.
Yeah.
When you're not, it was snowing, but my vibe that I got from that city is that when it's not snowing, it's an extremely hip city.
Sure. I didn't see a lick of Portland, unfortunately. I have no idea what it even is like.
Yeah, I actually might be going back in July now. But I went to the laundromat in like the hip neighborhood, like the hipster neighborhood, right? And it was called the Soap Bubble. It was like a mile from our hotel, so it was like I'll just go to this laundromat, and it said we support our troops, we support the boys in blue, and the decorating scheme on the windows outside were thin blue lines. Just on every fucking pane of glass on the outside. It said, but then I went in.
Cheap pop. It's a cheap pop.
It's true. Then I went in, and they like had a Chucky doll head that was painted like really cool. They had like really kitschy decorations inside. They had a Love Trumps Hate sign in there. And I just really was like whiplashing while I was at that place.
Wow.
But I just felt like there was so much supporting the police and the troops happening up there. Like more than I see here. Now, that's not fair, because where we live here is the more liberal part of the state. Like, it's not fair to be like, they worship the troops more than in Ohio.
Yeah, but if
they
that's
do
their
more
downtown,
than in Columbus.
in the downtown, people don't fuck with Blue Lives Matter too much here.
Yeah, that's
there
true.
was the one pizza place that we found out about, but I don't know. And you walk around, I don't know of any Blue Lives Matter themed anything in downtown.
I mean, Westerville
is all about it. I didn't say Westerville. I meant downtown.
You're like backing up. Like, I would never say Westerville. They all have blue lights on their front porch.
Westerville Strong happened, and that's like their Boston moment. That's just going to live with those people forever.
Yeah. And I don't think everybody there is like a big Blue Lives.
No, because there was a barbecue place that complained about the Westerville Strong situation.
Well, I went to I went to a pizza shop at midnight, and there was this guy that was working there that, had he been in Ohio, Juggalo. 100% would have been a Juggalo.
Okay.
He had every telltale sign of a Juggalo, but since he was in Maine, he was wearing a Blue Lives Matter beanie cap, and I feel like I could have sat down and I tipped him $5.
The beanie, man, is like so relaxed, and it's like, you're into cops though, but you like, you like a comfortable, like, snuggy head situation. You don't like an oppressive cap that's like sized and measured to your fucking skull.
Right. You
can even slide that thing, like, when you get tired, you just like push your beanie like halfway off your head until it feels good, and then you're just like, oh god, just leave it there for a minute.
As long as his dad wasn't the police, I think I could have talked him out of it in like 15 minutes. He seemed like
You should have offered to buy him another hat.
Yeah.
Because he probably got that. That's probably the freest hat he could get.
I don't know. He might have bought that hat, dude. I mean, there was a lot
See,
of
that's not a
support
hip,
up
man.
there.
That's not hip. When you said it's hip, like, that's the bad kind of hipsterism.
But there was like 80 people at our live show, and I don't think any of them were like that. They did all drive in from far away places. Like, a lot of them were driving from New Hampshire and Vermont. Like, it was like a real picking up, like, people from all over kind of New England. But
I do love that. I love nostalgia, man. I just love like old video games and like worshiping the police too. You know, like I'm just, I'm a horror head. I go to all the conventions and thank every officer that I see. That they protect my right to meet Kane Hodder and shake his hand.
I love horror movies. Don't like Maniac Cop. That's one I don't like.
Yeah.
Our boys in blue don't deserve that kind of treatment. So yeah, I just felt a lot of like, we kept saying as we drove around up there that it felt authoritarian up there.
It did.
And it's not anything against like any of you that live there, and I'm sure you would probably agree, but it felt more authoritarian than Columbus, Ohio, at least, or like LA, or places like Des Moines. I didn't see that much of it. Like,
it's also
it was the most authoritarian of all the places we've done shows.
Well, dude, plus everybody's like, oh man, weed's legal here. And I'm like, it is not legal. I'm fucking scared as fuck right now. I do not want to talk to one of these stiff upper lip assholes about the fucking contents of my bag.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's like having a good time. There's no THC fucking cafes anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, this is not relaxed. Like, let your fucking hair down, West Coast fucking legalized weed going on here.
I just got so many. The northeastern part of the country, maybe we should have gone there before we went to the West Coast, because that's what probably fucked us up. We went to the West Coast, and when we came back, now me and Brett will have like just a sesh every once in a while where we sit down and we're like, how great is fucking LA, man?
Yeah.
How great was San Francisco and Portland and Seattle? Just like really high class places, just really great. And, like, I will never do that about the Northeast. It's just not a place. I mean, New York.
It's just I can imagine living there and understanding. It's the same way they couldn't understand being a hayseed from fucking Ohio.
Oh yeah, that's true too, man. I mean, things move a lot really slow here.
It's like, it is one of those places where I feel like I'm in a different country. Like, it's nice to not feel like it's nice to not feel like I live in a fucking monoculture sometimes,
Can I congratulate New York for like keeping the bikes and scooters off the sidewalks, though? I mean, just a real, like, right on. I don't know how you do it. I would love to figure it out in Columbus, Ohio. We can't do that, and I'm constantly almost getting run over by bikes and scooters.
Yeah.
So, congratulations on that, but that probably has something to do with, like, the Law and Order vibe in New York, too.
Right. You know what actually is funny? There was a breakthrough of the monoculture. When we went to Kentucky, this guy that was at the desk for the place we stayed at was like younger, in his 20s, bearded guy with like a backwards Realtree hat and like a mossy oak jacket. And I asked him about one of the walking trails, and he was like, oh yeah, man, it's legit. And I was like, why do you say legit? Where do you read that online or something? Like, you don't say legit around here. That sounded so weird for you. Legit. That's legit.
Hey, man, it's legit.
That's
man.
legit. I was like, you don't say that.
It's legit.
Not...
It sounds right.
No.
I was watching Titans this week on the DC show.
Uh-huh.
And they went to part of it takes place in Ohio, right? And they go to a diner in Ohio. She sits down. We're talking about rural Ohio. We're not talking about Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, not even Dayton or Lima. We're talking about rural Ohio. Goes to a diner, orders chicken and waffles, and they have it. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. They don't have that shit in rural Ohio.
Yeah, it's still an anomaly.
You're gonna have
it's pretty crazy out here.
They have it here.
My dad and mom would like fucking flip their wig.
Yeah, it's here. But you would never order chicken and waffles in rural Ohio. You order a cheeseburger or a salad with chicken on it.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. That's right. That's the choices to make.
That's
Maybe chicken fried steak.
Yes.
Or country fried steak.
Even pushing it southern.
I loved country fried steaks.
It's very much like the middle of Ohio, the rural parts of Ohio.
It is all cheeseburger.
As boring. I wish I could describe to you the menu as like.
You're right.
It's a cheeseburger.
It's all there's basically there's a Dairy Mart or a Dairy Quick or a Dairy. Queen is what took over, but every place has a soft serve place where they have teenagers that serve like popcorn shrimp and hamburgers to fucking old people that want to pretend like, you know, they're going to go necking in the back of a Bel Air convertible.
You might be able to get like a sirloin steak.
Yeah.
That'd be a big sirloin with like gravy and mushrooms on it.
Yes, yep. Yeah, I would get fried mushrooms. I would eat popcorn shrimp all the fucking time. There was like a dairy something that was on in Reynoldsburg, hometown. There was one right there. My parents were like, you know, let's all go take a, you know, head on down. Everybody fill up on fried fucking frozen food and this milk, this milk solid that they can't call ice cream.
Was talking to my wife about when I was growing up, I used to go to this place called the Ground Round.
Ooh, yeah,
They just served like basically steaks.
Yeah, they used to do
just really steaks and cheeseburgers, but mostly steaks.
Ground Round kids ate for a penny a pound, right?
That's what it is. You ate for a penny a pound, so like
how much you weighed?
Go there all the motherfucking time when I weighed like 49 pounds. I mean, fuck, dude, you could weigh 200 pounds and that's a fucking deal.
Yeah, I'd take the penny a pound deal at any place.
I know. I wish they still did it. There was a place by my house that kids ate free on Sundays. It wasn't like a great restaurant, but it was like we used to go there sometimes. It's like, no, that place is giving away free food these days.
Oh, but there's a free falafel and free veggie burger on Monday for Earth Day.
This Monday, that's it?
Yes.
Just one Monday?
One Monday. I'm hitting them both up. That's going to be my lunch and my dinner.
That's odd. And
free food, bro.
That's true. That is true.
I hate cooking right now.
Yeah, me too.
Actually,
I've been enjoying cooking because we've cooked every day this week because I was so tired of eating out of boxes. I like eating on a plate.
Yeah, wonderful. That's what's rough, man. Being on the road and like trying to get nutrition down, and the food is just so fucking sweaty when it's been sitting inside of that box.
It's hard.
As soon as they close it up and then put it inside of a bag, it's over. It's fucking over.
Yeah, Grubhub is not like figured out yet. It's not even close to figured out. There's just so much technology that has to be done. Still, they need to figure out a way to vent those things.
Yeah, and that room service is it's a rich person for a reason.
It was good.
But it was good.
It's always good.
It's slamming.
Every time I've had it, it's been good. It's been expensive, but it's been good.
I love room service also because you don't see the charge on the transaction. Like I just see like the cost for the hotel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it sucks. Like you're staying in a hotel, which is a 20-hour or it's 24-hour thing.
We stayed at a mall in Boston.
Yeah.
Dude, Boston was the shit. I got to say, Boston for me moved into maybe top like 3 slots for like best city I've been to ever. I loved the water. I loved how the buildings were real short. Everything was clean. Like it seemed like a hellish place to drive. Like I would probably never drive there.
Yeah.
But I did see a shitload of people on bikes and scooters not on the sidewalks.
Yeah.
Which is important because today I was running. I'm running, motherfuckers just giggling, having fun on the sidewalks. I'm like, get the scooter off the sidewalk.
Yeah, they just can't stop riding those things on the sidewalk.
I don't trust you at all.
Yeah, having too much fun out there. Cool it with the scooters. So we do have news today. I think there's a very important story, especially the street fight in the presidential election of all places. Just a place
interesting.
where we would never look for news, right? Well, what do we care about that thing? Actually, we do look at it sometimes, but we're not doing that right now because we're not in the mood. And so Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Now this guy, bad politics.
Oh, he looks.
Oof, he says some bad shit.
And he's got the real bland look.
He is boring.
Yeah, he's got that Edwards look. The throwback, the swooped over silky hair, right? Like boyish, like choir boy look, right?
Like it feels like he could win. Like it feels like No, I don't actually. I think Bernie Sanders is like the head guy, and then maybe a Joe Biden kind of thing could happen or something. I think Joe Biden's the guy. Said it on stage in New York, said it on stage a few other places. Not only do I think Joe Biden wins the primary, but he makes jokes about making people uncomfortable through the entire campaign. Is what I think happens.
You think people want Uncle Joe back?
No, I don't. But I think that the we're depending on the Democrats, right? To do something and never expect them to do something even close to good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't expect them to like.
But you think he could beat him? Do you think he's the best guy for the
Biden could beat Trump. I think Biden could beat Trump. Yeah. I don't want him to. I don't want him to be the president. Okay, like not at all. This is like not an endorsement. This is a prediction, and it's a prediction based on being let down by the Democrats several elections in a row.
Right, gotcha.
You know, I just think that's the guy. They love like an old person. They love it. And Bernie's old, but
he's not the right kind of old.
He doesn't have the right
all
kind
the
of
memories.
Old man politics.
Yeah.
He has the wrong kind of like politics. He believes in some things that they hate.
Yeah, he wasn't back. He wasn't there like doing dirty deals in the back rooms like on 9/11 in Iraq and shit.
Yeah. So this Mayor Pete Buttigieg, he has talked about not wanting free college,
which was stupid and weird.
I know.
Like,
why say it? That's like always a thing I think about. Like, it's like, you didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
Like, even if you believe it, like, maybe make it easier for me to vote for you by just not mentioning it.
Yeah, I mean, it just turns off a lot of people when you start talking like that. I mean, it's just immediately a guy that looks like that you're just like, you know, a fucking weasel.
Guys like that tell you what's impossible.
Yeah.
Are not inspiring, and I don't want anything to do with it.
Well, or just to say like, well, you know, I mean, really anybody can go to college, anybody can rise up. Why should we be paying other people, you know? Like anybody can be going into debt. Anybody can sign on the dotted line and get $100,000 in debt for college. Why should we be making it free? You know, like that's his argument. And it's like, it's so fucking boring, dude.
It sucks.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, we've all, the thing is, they're like, oh, we can't do anything about it. You know, we can't, you know, people don't really want, what do people expect us to do? It's like something that like we expect you, what we're saying is, we want free college.
Yeah, there's other places in the world that exist. This is one of those also only we can only talk about America.
Yeah.
We can't talk about like places like Germany where we could go get free college. Like if we moved to Germany, we could go fucking get free college. You know, they'll fucking teach anybody anything, right?
I know.
It's like, fuck. It's like we know these places exist. This isn't like us making shit up, you know?
Well, it's like saying okay, we know you want it, but you can't have it. It's like, well, then why would I vote for you?
It's the Obama
thing.
thing.
Can't
it's
do
Obama.
It,
He's Obama, man. That's the Obama thing. It's like, I mean, sure, we could try for that, but you know America's never going to do, like, the right thing. We have to do a fucked up thing, and it's like, you're doing you're acting like you aren't in control of your own fucking hands.
I know. Our buddy Mike Hugs from Twitter, just the sweetest man. He posted something today that said like Nancy Pelosi was being interviewed, and she said that she's like, if you went up on the street and asked people if they like Medicare or the ACA better, they're going to say the ACA. And I'm like, you would never talk, like, you will get punched in the face if you tell somebody, ask somebody if the ACA is good. Like, people hate that fucking thing. Yeah. Everybody unanimously hates the Affordable Care Act. Like, it's something that none of us like. It fucked everybody over.
Yeah, it put a bad taste in every person's mouth.
Yeah, I think, like, Medicare, people that have it like it.
Some people do have. A lot more people have it, right? But I have insurance because of it. But it also just destroyed the whole fucking industry.
What made people fucking mad? Just people hate it.
The costs. The costs have been out of control. I mean, I haven't had a decent policy for years now. It's just like it's just dwindling away. You know, every time we get a new medical plan, it's like the co-pays are bigger and the deductibles are higher and all that shit.
Right. It keeps getting worse. And like, so go ask somebody on Medicare what they think of it, and I'll bet you they like it more than we like
Yeah.
the Affordable Care Act. I'm just guessing because they don't pay for it.
Yeah.
And they can go to doctors and stuff.
Right.
That's great.
People on Medicare are always at the goddamn doctor.
I know. It's always funny when you think about it. They're like, well, what would be the bonus to having Medicare for all? And you're like you wouldn't have to like pay for the health care. That's like all we want is that you don't have to pay for it.
There's just no
it.
Everybody has access to it.
Yeah, we don't want to pay for it. They're like, it could be worse, and it's like, it sucks now.
Yeah.
It's terrible now. Most people have catastrophic insurance.
There's enough Instagram videos to convince people not to use the doctor. I don't think that like it's going to really flood things too bad.
Yeah. Oh, the Instagram that are like, eat an avocado.
Yeah. There's enough people that have decided essential oils are going to solve those issues, so they ain't coming to the doctor just because it's free. That's going to be like, that's what they want. It's a goddamn trap. They set a fucking trap. They're going to shoot you up full of heavy metals.
There are people in my family that never go to the doctor now that I 100% know would never go to the doctor. Like,
Sure, I know.
Don't trust it at all. They would rather, I've seen them motherfuckers eat grass before, like just have grasses growing in their cabinet or whatever. And then they're like, oh man, I got a headache. I'm going to eat some of this fucking lemongrass or whatever. It's like, take a fucking aspirin, man.
Yeah.
Take something for that. There's a whole fucking field of medicine there for you. And you're like eating David Avocado Wolf. You're taking like his... Like, can you imagine like looking at David Avocado Wolf and then being like, oh, I don't take this guy seriously. This is, I want to put my health in this guy's hands.
Yeah.
So, Pete Buttigieg.
Right. I forgot.
Circling back around.
Yeah. I wanted to add for the people that show up for our flavor, our snack attack opinions, the Polar Orange Vanilla Seltzer Water is the best one right now. It's like a creamsicle situation.
I'm real high on
it's
cherry.
Fucking good. My God, it's delicious.
I'm real high on cherry right now, which is very basic flavor.
There's also a generic one, the Generair one. I think Giant Eagle has it.
Generair.
Yeah. Yes.
So, Pete Buttigieg
was
asked at a town hall in Des Moines, Iowa.
I've been there. Had the
I've
Chinese food pizza while I was there.
Yeah, I had fongs or phones or whatever. Yeah, it was great. It was actually very good.
Loved
that
it.
Pizza.
Yeah.
I had I ate it twice because it was the only restaurant. Sorry, Des Moines. It was the only fucking restaurant there.
Yeah, it was.
So he was asked to pick a song that he felt describes his life.
Oh.
That's
what
a
could
tough
it be?
one. How would you answer? Could you answer this question right now?
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. What is it? A song that describes your life?
A song that describes your life. I say it would probably be like Got the Life by Korn is really good because he's like, God told me I already got the... Like, people will be like, oh, yeah, man, you're living a really great life, but you're always fucking bummed out about everything. You know what I mean? That might describe me because my whole life has been, like, people saying, like, you should be happy, and me being like, I fucking hate everything, and the world sucks.
Right.
So maybe that works for me. That would be, like, without giving it a ton of thought, that might be for me, but that is a hard question to answer on the spot.
I think I'm going to choke on it. I really can't come up with one. Yeah.
Oh, no. What about Hotel California?
Hotel California would not be my... That describes... What is it?
He just said a song that you feel describes your life. Like how you feel about your life. Another brick in the wall? We don't need... You don't have to answer. I don't want to put you on the spot, but Pete Buttigieg had an answer.
Okay. I think it's going to have to... I think it would probably be that...
More Than a Feeling by Boston.
Why can't I remember the name? It's funny because it's like a song about my life I can't remember the name of. I think it's that Talking Head song, Nothing But Flowers.
Okay. The Talking Head. Well, I have to listen to that when I leave.
It's just a song. It's just basically about like, it's all about how the earth is a beautiful place, and then they put Pizza Huts and shopping malls and parking lots and told everybody how much more beautiful this is than the earth that was there before.
Okay, that is beautiful.
And it has like a really, just has a fun, it's not depressing, it's not down in the dumps. It just has a very like light and wistful, like absurd, like I'm not in control of this, but this is what's happening vibe. And I think that's probably the one that I would say right now.
That's actually perfect.
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg was asked this, and he seemed legitimately stumped by the question before answering, which is understandable. I was too. And then this is his answer, Brett. There's a song that's been on my mind a lot by Everlast called "What It's Like." Do you know that song?
I would change to that one. That's what I meant.
That's wild that Pete Buttigieg is like in his like tour bus going around the country, just fucking like mulling over "What It's Like" by Everlast.
He is so corny. That is like that is such like a robotic politician to say, like, well, folks, when I'm, sitting down, I'm thinking about what it would be like to walk a mile in your shoes,
Yeah.
Like, it's pandering as hell.
Yeah, in a way.
But it's also
like not like "Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow" by Fleetwood Mac, or like a Beatles song.
That's true. And he's also believing it. So he's like in there and he's like, I'm not doing this for Buttigieg. I'm doing this for Mary. They got what happened to Mary? And
got pregnant from a kid named Tom who said he was in love.
Yeah, that's what he's doing it for. That's what he's running for president for, right? That's what he's getting psyched up on.
I mean,
which is nice. I mean, that's better than Radiohead. Like John Kasich was in a Radiohead, and that is like
Park.
No. This is not a promising message for the future. These people were like harbingers of dystopia.
Oh, he described
Everlast,
it too.
man.
This is incredible.
Ding.
But I think like also that song could be like a really great political move for him to pick because people in Ohio, swing state, will be like, yes.
Well, that's what
I did. I fucking was like, yeah, right on, dude. Everlast. I love that song.
Basically,
that song was like, when that song came out, to a certain segment of the population, the segment of the population that listened to hard rock radio, when that song came out, that was the most important song in the world. Like, I never stopped listening to it when it came out.
Yeah. Folks, I just want to say right now, this show just got sponsored by the smooth menthol tobacco flavor of Ivana Bitch menthol tobacco flavored vodka.
All right.
So, but what the Everlast choice says to me is that Pete Buttigieg has hung out on a fucking patio, super drunk, and just like yelling songs into the fucking atmosphere until the cops get called.
Yeah. I mean, it seems, I wonder, he is from Indiana.
He cranked up somebody's like rock. They have those rock speakers, Yeah. Him and his buddies cranked up some rock speakers and got fucking twisted one night and listened to Everlast.
I mean,
and it was like important.
He is in Indiana.
I fucking loved it. I loved Everlast.
I did too.
Remember the white boy is back?
Remember Ends? People would rock. That was even.
That's
he
another
should have thought about Ends.
Yeah. What about that?
Like, that's like, we do everything for fucking money, man. You ever think about how Ends aren't really that important,
What about doing a little Instagram video where he talks about why he puts his lights on?
Put your lights on.
He could be like do a black and white video and he'll like flick them on, and then he'd be like, I'm out here being the president, because Mary fell in love. I got to put my lights on for her.
I can see, like, for myself, being very, like, oh, okay, I'm listening, guy. You're listening to my kind of music.
Yeah.
Like, if
we're in the ballpark.
If his campaign stops are like Woodstock '99, then I'm fucking.
I'm not shut Everlast off. I have no reason to fucking shut Everlast off.
I love that
Who
song.
would shut it off? Who would shut it off? For real. It crossed so many boundaries.
I know.
Motherfucker is Santana.
It was so that song was on hard rock radio and it was on pop radio. It's like on both stations at the same fucking time in heavy rotation, and people just couldn't get enough of it. And the weird thing about Pete Buttigieg is not that he likes Everlast, because if you're of this age that me and Brett are, which is what he is, he's a younger guy.
Yeah, man, this is big shit.
Yeah, he's like it. Young for a presidential candidate. Yeah. So it was like a very important song in his life. That's not like the weird part. The weird part is that he's my age and he's sitting on like a tour bus or sitting in his apartment and like mulling over what it's like by Everlast.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a hard puzzle to put together after you heard it a few times. You know, that one kind of... You kind of get what he's saying. It lacks a little of the subtlety you get with some other music choices.
Let's read his reasoning, because he did give reasoning.
Bust it, man. Give me the genius. I want the genius on this.
You know the refrain, God forbid you have to walk. I'm sorry. It's just the things he's saying is something that you should say when you're 17.
Yeah, go for it.
You know the refrain, God forbid you have to walk a mile in her shoes? And it's about a few different stories of different people and the way we judge those people and the way we might view it a little differently if we really know what it was like to be those people.
Yeah, I've seen it at the state fair. You could win it. It said that on a mirror.
It's a crazy. This is crazy. This guy's running for president, and I'm not sure it captures my life.
I mean, how obnoxious is that? If somebody came up to you and was like, "Man, you ever really like imagine what it's like to be that guy?" And you're like, "Sure, sure," but I'm not like all the time. I can't do all the time.
Sometimes I just have to be me.
Yeah, I just like
can't put my body into like everybody else's body.
Right.
Like I try to empathize with every single person that I meet, but I don't like have to be told that, or I don't have to like be reminded that I should be doing that.
And if you're like also as somebody that does know what it's like based upon hearing from like our listeners when they like say all kinds of like very like inside stuff into their life, like after live shows and things like that, I'm not gonna listen to that as like my wind down music, you know?
No, I mean, even just that like he's grappling with these ideas in this song that like isn't dealing with very complex ideas.
I know. Just like stop being against abortion, right?
I know. So I'm not sure it captures my life. My life has had its ups and downs, but in the grand scheme of things, I feel pretty lucky. But I believe it describes the way we ought to come at politics.
Okay.
So now
he's
running for president on the We Ought to Act More Like Everlast platform, which sounds really cool.
I mean, he had 2 songs. Like there's like, you know, they'll just guide its ends and what it's like. It will just make all decisions based upon that, right?
Yeah.
That'll be like the guiding light.
Yeah. Crazy to me, man.
I agree, man. I mean, people will do stuff to get ends. So I think that if we made ends a big part of the budget in like 2020 and making sure that people got their ends, there would be a drastic reduction in violent crime.
He does have a playlist up.
Some people would rob them mothers.
He has a playlist up.
Who?
On Spotify, Buttigieg.
Okay, what's he rocking with?
High Hopes by Panic at the Disco.
I don't know. That's a deep cut.
Cut to the Feeling by Carly Rae Jepsen.
That's a good choice.
Tweezer by Fish.
Okay.
He listens to album cuts.
Yeah, I would say he's good so far. I mean, it seems like weird enough that it's like, all right, that sounds like you actually like that.
The Distance by Cake.
Wow, man, that is such a geeky choice. That is a perfect geek choice for him. That is like the geekiest band in the world.
This Land Is Your Land by Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
Dope.
Good choice. Good choice. Up Around the Bend by CCR.
I love CCR.
CCR
forever.
Good.
I'm John Fogerty
you can't
for life.
Hate CCR. I mean, you can hate Clarence Clearwater Revisited. You Make My Dreams by Daryl Hall and John Oates.
I love Hall Notes too.
This is a nice little run here. It's got You Make My Dreams, Rebel Rebel by David Bowie.
Okay.
And then Country Nation by Brad Paisley.
Interesting.
Everyday People by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Yeah, it's strange. He doesn't have What It's Like on this playlist.
Yeah, where's What It's Like?
It's not here. George Michael, Freedom 90. Okay.
Dude, go for it.
Oh, I saw the Brothers Osborne, and I thought it was Ozzy Osbourne. And I was like, all right, buddy, I see where you're coming from, my dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's Buttigieg news. We got
All right. Well, guys, I mean, you know what? I'd listen to records with the motherfucker for
I would
sure.
too.
I'd drink some, a fancy drink or something and listen to records with them.
He is. I don't want him to be in charge of everything.
No, hell no. God, no. No, I wasn't talking about him deciding anything about my fucking life. I'm just saying, like, I could definitely, like, be like, hey, have you heard this? Do you know this one?
I feel like I know Buttigieg's. Like, in my personal life, I know people that are, like, basically Buttigieg.
I mean, he's
Smarter.
a little upper crustier.
Little bit
This
smarter.
guy's a little crustier.
Yeah, this guy seems a little bit... After saying that he sits around and thinks about that song, that's weird.
That's true.
But
That
get it.
does.
I think about stupid shit all the time. You know?
Well, yeah. Or
But
maybe
that's really stupid.
if he's just like a space reptilian that thinks that humans are like hard to understand, and that song is actually complex to his lizard brain.
I mean, okay. That
Well,
makes
just
sense.
one thing. I'm just saying. I
Just
saw
one
it.
thought, he might be a lizard.
Yeah.
That is
For
the
sure.
thing.
Just want to make sure we get it out there.
All right. More news. Actually, let's start with this. We stopped by Stop and Shop when we were in Boston.
We did.
Saw the picket line. They actually thought we were going there to go in and shop. So we were like, no, I promise we were not going to go in there and shop. They asked us not to. We got dropped off by a Lyft. Horrible Lyft driving in Boston.
Yeah, it was a little
I
sketchy.
like 'em, but it
Weird.
was a little weird. But so yeah, we got dropped off there, but we had to walk around the block. But we stopped and said hi to them and stuff, and took a picture of them and shit. And they were doing a good job. They were keeping people out of there. I mean, people will cross a picket line, which is weird as shit. Like, I can't even put myself in the mind of a person who would walk by a picket line into a store. Like, I can't even. The only thing I
just
can
don't give a
think.
fuck.
The only thing I can think is a person being like, I need this shit, and being like really selfish. Like a really, like, if you were a person who was really selfish and you like needed diapers for your kid and that was the closest place.
Yeah.
That's all I can really think of.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Because there's just no reason. You shouldn't go. You never cross a picket line.
If you cut your head is like cut almost all the way off, it's just hanging by a thread, and you need like one Band-Aid to hold it back on, then you're like, fine, you can go through. Fine, go get a Band-Aid.
They would
to hold your head
understand
back
if your
on.
head was going to fall off
Yeah.
without a Band-Aid. They would probably be like, let me show you where they're at in there. Let me get you taken care of.
Right.
But don't. I mean, none of our listeners would ever cross a picket line.
No.
I mean, my fucking parents instilled that in me. Like, for real, my dad... I remember my dad telling me not to cross a picket line. And, like...
Well, because he was worried about getting hit in the head with batteries.
Yeah,
that's what they used to do when he was young.
It was a fucking rock. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Brian, it's more trouble than it's
Yeah.
worth.
You're going to get your glasses broken.
They're going to kick you in the butt and give you a wedgie.
Yep.
It's what the unions do.
Yep.
I wish that's what the unions did.
They throw snowballs and they put coal on the inside.
You know, the thing is, though, when I was in 4th grade, my teachers went on strike. And that was my first encounter with a union. And I was very cool with it. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Our teachers are, like, kind of outside. And they're like, you can be as bad as you want. These scabs can't do nothing to you.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going to do anything when I come back. I don't know what you're doing in there. So I was just like...
The teacher was outside acting crazy?
Well, they were striking
Right,
outside,
right.
and then we would stop and talk to them on the way into school because they had scab teachers
Right,
there. Right? And I never forget Miss Kreider. We did call her King Kong Kreider, which is rude. But she was a 4th grade teacher. She was my teacher.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it's funny. And I go walking in, and she is like, I'm like talking to her. I was like, this teacher doesn't know anything. And I was like, don't worry. I said this to her. Don't worry, I'm being bad in there.
I'm raising hell. I'm raising all kinds of hell.
Don't worry. I'm doing exactly
said-
what I do when you're here.
I need union help. I need union help.
Yeah. And she was just kind of like, she didn't tell me to be bad, but she was kind of like,
I love it. Yeah, agitate from the inside.
yeah.
You're our inside man, Brian.
She didn't say it's just to me. It's like me
She's
and
like,
a group of kids. I didn't
she
walk
like-
up and
she
be
like
like, you
handed-
want me to be bad? Yo.
She gave you a manila envelope filled with stink bombs.
We were so fucking bad during that strike.
Nice.
It was just, it felt like the right thing to do.
You probably you turned the tides. I mean, I bet it was that like they're like enough. The children, they're going insane.
The high school was real fucking bad. Like I was only in 4th grade. So it was just kind of like mischief.
Sure.
The high school, they were like beating each other up.
Okay.
So yeah, that was my first like experience with a strike, and it
Yeah.
was positive for me because it was like 2 weeks where I got to go to school and fucking be bad,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
the whole day, just be
Yeah.
bad.
Pro strike, be bad.
Yeah,
Go on
yeah.
strike and be bad.
Yeah. The Stop and Shop on Newport Avenue in Quincy was eerily quiet Tuesday morning. The hum of refrigeration and chattering of product ads over the intercom among the only signs of life in a largely empty store. The deli and meat departments were dark, their counters mostly bare, and the produce display for bananas was barren because they can't stock
yeah.
the shelves. So even if people do shop there, them shelves ain't getting restocked.
Somebody said there on Twitter they were describing like some dweeb in like a button-up shirt. Some manager was fighting with the carts and couldn't like get them all together.
That's funny.
And they're just sitting there laughing and watching him.
Some fucking shithead that got
Some
hired
bean
from
counter.
the outside
Yeah.
and like never had to do the carts or
Yeah.
anything like that. Some fucking guy that graduated college.
Does the logistics for the carts.
Yeah, and he orders all the carts or whatever,
Right.
but he's never pushed the carts into the building, and they do have to wear suits to work. They should, those bosses, it's so funny because it is like
Yeah,
extra humiliating. Like that work, I don't think that work's humiliating, and I don't look down on people who do it, but doing it in a suit is humiliating.
yeah. With some nice clothes and your dress shoes? There are motherfuckers in dress shoes doing that.
I
You
know.
look, get the hell out of here. Go on and put some fucking work clothes on and come back.
You need some help? Like the butchers are
Yeah.
like, you need help? Like, I would love to see the kind of steaks you're cutting, my
Yeah.
good dude.
Don't fuck up the pleats in those pants.
Yeah. Oh, God. It must, like, I hope we should look and see if we can find a strike fund for them.
Okay.
Like, and send some money. Because that's the thing that sucks is they don't get paid while this shit happens.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
And it's been
you
like
want them to, it's at least a week. Because we saw it
it's
on
been like
last week.
30-some years since they've done this, though.
Yeah.
It's been like a long time.
It has to be done sometimes, you know. At the Roslindale store, bakery cases and the hot food bar were empty. Kale and mustard greens were nowhere to be found, and the only open lanes were the self-checkout ones. The Hyde Park store was locked, as it has been since the strike began Thursday, according to
Dang.
picketed workers, while one of the two Stop and Shops on Nantucket is also closed. So they're like actually having to close stores.
Just shutting the store down.
Yeah, this is like a really fucking effective strike. Like, this company's got to be losing like
Oh, yeah.
a lot of money. They're gonna have to
Cave.
come back to the table
I
and
mean, well,
cave.
Just fucking the company goes under, or they have to, meet their demands.
Yeah, the nearly week-old strike by 31,000 unionized Stop and Shop workers is clearly having an impact, with the union contending that at least several dozen of 240 stores in 3 states are closed, and many shoppers are staying away from those that are still open. Yeah. If I was there, I would go hang out and like make it uncomfortable for people to go in too. Like
Yeah.
that seems like right
go.
up my alley as like a thing to do.
I'd chew tobacco and spit it all over the front of the place.
I mean, I would be so pissed. If we would have saw somebody go in there, I would have been fucking livid if I
Yeah.
would have saw a customer go in there across that picket line. There's something about crossing a picket line, like when somebody does it, that actually like pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's I just don't. I am laid back about fucking everything, but like to be selfish enough and not show the kind of solidarity that just simply not shopping at a store takes. When
Yeah.
you could go to fucking Walmart or Target or any of those places and probably get shit roughly the same price. It's like, fuck you, man. You just fucking... We should force those people to live in the country and get the fuck away from us and all the people and just do their fucking thing out there. That's what we should do.
I mean, I think that I would approve an amendment to the strike clause that says that all the employees could have an orange inside of a sock to hit people with that go past the line.
Yeah. It really is sick it's like a kind of, for me, a sickness to not care about like employees sticking, like anybody who is mad about that couple in Ohio that said the noise from the school workers strike pissed them off, so they tried to give them laxatives. It's like, what a fucking couple of just
psychos,
just horrible
God
people.
Damn.
They didn't eat them or anything because they're not stupid. Like, you come out there like, oh, we got cookies for, after saying shut up, you fucking idiots, for probably days out of their window. Like, fucking sick people, man, out there. Just conservative weirdos that don't give a shit about anybody.
Yeah.
And in nearly 30 years, we haven't seen a strike as effective and devastating as this one, said Bert Flickinger III, Managing Director of Strategic Resource Group, a retail consulting firm that has evaluated grocery store strikes for 3 decades. The assessment includes the 6-week market boycott of Market Basket stores in 2014, prompted by employees walking off the job to protest the firing of the company president during a family dispute over control of the chain. The Stop and Shop strike is even keeping shoppers away in wealthy communities, Flickinger said, which isn't always the case. God, wealthy people are fucking the worst people, man. They're like, why I will go to the Stop and Shop. Stop and Shop cannot provide specifics on closures and supplies, noting that only the majority of stores are open and there have been some delays on deliveries on Monday. On Monday, Stop and Shop sent a letter to customers from President Mark McGowan noting that the deli, seafood, bakery, and customer service counters are not operational, meat selection is limited, and gas stations are closed. Hours are also now limited to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. God, you know they hate that, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
So they say there's shortages there.
Why aren't they just
stores.
caving already?
Well, that's, I think, so the workers at Stop and Shop in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, represented by the UFCW, walked out after contract talks deadlocked. The standoff, as in most modern-day labor disputes, is largely over rising healthcare costs. The ACA is great. I mean, we're all loving that.
Yeah.
Right? The company has proposed worker pay more toward their insurance, noting that Stop and Shop would still cover 92% of premiums for family coverage, a much larger portion than other large retailers pay. The $2 to $4 annual increase in weekly health care costs for employees would still keep workers' costs below the national average, the company said. Stop and Shop has also proposed limiting coverage for spouses who can get health insurance from their own employer. Stop and Shop also said it's offering wage increases and increased pension contributions for current workers. Average hourly pay is $21.30. Everybody knows that average hourly pay is a really unreliable way to know what people are really making at a company. They do that at fucking, at Walmart. They're like, average hourly pay here is like $21. And it's like, yeah, but you're paying some people $7 an hour.
Yeah.
And some people fucking $1 billion
Right.
a year or whatever, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of money being made here.
The union has called the store's proposal smoke and mirrors that would hurt both current employees and new hires. The company's proposal would cost a full-time employee an additional $893 in weekly health care premiums over 3 years, the union said. Reduce pension benefits for many part-timers and new hires. Remove 1,000 employees' spouses off of health insurance. And eliminate time and a half pay on Sundays and holidays for new part-timers. So
that's fucked up.
They're trying. So basically, what they're Stop and Shop's trying to do is get the union to fuck over the new workers.
Yeah, just a little bit. They're like just a few people, you know, and not too much.
So they fuck over the new workers that come in, and then that also hurts the union in the eyes of the new workers that come in. Like, this whole thing about, like, oh, you know, I got in here, I have seniority, or you got in here, you're all in here with us. These new people, we don't fucking need them, you know? We'll bring them in, we'll pay them a little bit less. No time and a half on Sundays or holidays is just going to fucking mean that the part-time workers work the Sundays and holidays, and the fucking old workers that should get paid time and a half would just get those days off. You know?
That's bullshit. They don't understand people's budgets. And, like, you know, it's just $4 a week. And these people are probably getting raises that are a quarter to 50 cents, you know, which means that, you know, they have to work how many hours to make up for the raises and shit that they get. Like, the first, you know, first 8 hours of the day of the work week are, like, going towards more the healthcare shit, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they can fucking afford... The bottom line with all these places is that they can afford more.
Sure.
And that, like, they value profit so much that it's like that they get rid of the employee part of the thing as much as they possibly can. And we just always have to fucking remember that profit only goes to rich people. That profit doesn't come to us at all. We don't get that shit. And they take all the fucking credit for it. You know, the CEO gives himself a bonus because they profited. Like, the CEO of, like, McDonald's or something is like, look at me! I'm going to give myself a nice little bonus.
Yeah.
We raised productivity this year. And it's like the fucking people that are doing the work raised the productivity. You just said, wouldn't it be great if we raised productivity this year?
Yeah.
So, oh no. This guy, oh God.
Oh,
Despite their pleas, one customer headed in to pick up some fruit. I feel awful doing this, said the woman, who would only give her first name, saying she was shopping there because she didn't want to be late for work.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, a few minutes later, she was back outside, empty-handed. I just felt like a jerk, she said. Plus, all the shelves were empty. So basically, all the shelves were empty.
Yeah, they didn't have what I wanted. I was looking for the Bangkok shrimp lean cuisine, and they were out. I was gonna get that for lunch.
There is one more strike going on right now that we should report on before we get out of here tonight, and it's in Pikesville, Maryland.
Ooh.
Which is not Pikesville, Kentucky. We've been to both, I think. We've driven through Pikesville, Maryland. I'm almost positive.
What goes on there?
Target team members at store 1541 are on strike over disrespect and abuse perpetrated by their store team lead, Kate Harley.
Nice.
Since Kate has taken over, workers are now stressed out both on and off the job because of her conduct, creating a hostile work environment where team members face intimidation, spying, and false accusations
They're doing a mutiny.
Yeah, they are. They're
just throwing a fit about the fucking management.
Yeah,
they
don't
great.
like her.
Fuck them.
Yep,
they're horrible.
Exactly.
If they're that bad and you can get enough people to throw a fucking tantrum outside the store, go on with it.
I know. That's exactly it. If there's enough employees willing to go stand outside the store and be like, I ain't fucking going in here until Kate's gone.
Yeah.
Kate gotta go. Like, Kate is a problem.
I'll show up. I'll do my fucking job, not get paid, and it won't be an issue unless this person is fucking, still here.
Yeah. Well, Kate has been destroying Target ever since she started here. I come to work every day stressed out and worried if I can pay my bills and maintain my life with this job. That's from Pikesville Target team member Nicholas Mosby. Oof. Team members don't feel they can trust the internal channels Target Corporation provides to hold someone in a position of power like Kate accountable for their actions. They don't have that, by the way. They have human resources, which you go to them, and then they're like, duly noted, and then they tell the boss that the employees all kept yelling at them, and then you got to deal with the boss again.
Yeah, they give you a little email box or a little booth that you can go fill out something. It prints out into your manager's fucking office so that they can look at it.
That's like
see what your complaints are.
That's what
about them.
That's like when I called the Public Utilities Commission on on AEP, and then AEP called me and was like, "We heard you've been calling the Public Utilities Commission. What can we do to help you?"
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
You don't make any moves in this city without me knowing about it, kid.
Yeah. And it's the same thing. It's like you go to fucking management to be like, I went to human resources to talk about this manager, Kate, who's like intimidating people and spying on people and shit. And then the next day, Kate calls you into her office and is like, one of you motherfuckers went to human resources and said that I've been intimidating and firing people or spying on people.
You think you're tough? You should have been in Chattanooga after 9/11. You fucking assholes. You don't know how tough it was to work for Target. This staff isn't even close to lean.
Team members know that Kate and District Manager Ryan are friends. This is a conflict of interest concerning her abuse and disrespect of rank and file team members. These team members have provided multiple testimonies on the work conditions under Kate. They are fed up with this treatment and demand she be fired from Target Corporation immediately. She is extremely retaliatory and will go to any length to get her way. I absolutely do not trust her as a leader and constantly feel that I'm being targeted. Man. Pikesville Target team member.
I gotta say, if enough people can form this, this kind of a group that's willing to advocate for your removal, you gotta go. You just gotta fucking go.
Yeah, she's gotta go.
That's the rules.
I mean, just the
you gotta conduct yourself in a way where people aren't gonna fucking mutiny on you like that.
Right. Nobody would. You would. I have never worked at a place that has had a mutiny, and I've worked at 100 places, and I'm the worst employee in the world, and would absolutely join a mutiny.
Yeah,
and I've never seen it happen.
I've always wanted to do this. I've tried. I've been like, fucking Megan, let's go. Like, let's fucking go do something about it. Like, right now, like, stop working. Like, let's just start screaming and yelling. Like, fuck this lady, you know?
I know. There have been times where I'm like, if we all didn't do the work wouldn't fucking get done.
Yeah.
It's never happened. So here's the thing about this.
You gotta be crazy. You gotta be fucking awful.
She has got to be the worst.
This isn't just like somebody that is like has a weird personal vendetta or is like reliving some trauma with the boss. This person's a grade A asshole.
Well, she's an Instagram influencer.
What? Wait, what?
That's the other part of the story that I thought I needed to get in there for.
She's an Instagram influencer as well? Like she's flexing in the new Target clothes?
She is a... Here's the thing. She's not
I love it.
An influencer yet. She's a potential influencer. I went to her Twitter page and it's locked, of course. And she has Target, STL, and then she has the GPS code. You know that I mean? That geocaching code?
Yes.
The geocaching code for her Target.
Wow. And she's a potential influencer.
She wants to be her feed up top, her
like
banner picture is her standing with all the employees that are now striking against her at Target.
Wow, I guess they didn't want to be in her show. Is somebody doing a YouTube show at the Target and people don't want to be involved?
I mean, looking at their faces
She's like,
now.
We need some drama, okay? We need some drama.
She has an Instagram, but it's closed.
Shut this down. You gotta shut someone like this down. This is when you gotta roll up on them with one of those syringes filled with the sleeping medicine and just take them out.
And what she is she's trying to be like a self-help influencer.
Okay.
Her thing is called Target Your Best Self with Kate Hartley.
This is getting into this person might have scrambled brain. I think that you can't really make your money. What are you gonna do? What's the angle there?
Well, there's an interview with her that I'm looking at on this thing.
Your life, is it like a guidebook to working at Target? Is she just like going after Target employees or?
Well, the guidebook is like, you know what I learned at Target. You know what I'm saying?
Like how to make life. I've learned a lot in my life. It's Target. You know, we got groceries now, so you know.
I've learned how to destroy people. Okay, so like influencer, like potential trying to be an influencer with a brand that's wrapped up in being a manager at Target, I just 100% believe the employees. Like, I could never not be on the side. Like, I just see that she's a problem, probably. That's all I'm saying.
Target does not want any of this horseshit either.
No.
I'm surprised they haven't gotten rid of her. Because they don't want you playing around with video and doing pranks and shit at the fucking Target.
She's not doing pranks.
Well, I know, but still, like, trying to make a fucking show happen.
Yeah, you don't want to be fucking... They don't want you to be like...
You need to, like, make sure that fucking Swedish Fish are in stock and that the Blu-rays are filled in before Tuesday.
Yeah. Like, they
you don't need to be running around here doing, like, photo shoot.
She does that. She got engaged in a Target.
No.
Yeah, that was the big thing somebody showed me earlier today.
What?
That she got engaged. She had Instagram in there with her, people taking Instagram pictures while she got engaged in a fucking Target. Like, she is being like, I think that, like, what Target's attitude about her would be is be like, okay, like, I'm going to let this go until she says something racist.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to get rid of her.
But now
there's a whole other thing going on.
Yeah.
I think they're going to move her. I don't think they're going to fire her.
Really?
I think they're going to notice her and be like, shit, she's really
got some
loves
spirit.
fucking Target. She built, like, her whole life around, like, not only did she, like, her hobby is also Target, dude.
Right.
Like, this is my hobby. This is my only hobby is Street Fight, but it's also my job, which is cool because it's something that we created.
It's our thing, yeah.
Hers is Target.
Yeah, which is not. Yeah. I mean, that's why I said this seems unhealthy.
I know.
Too much Target in your life. But, I mean, maybe she could, like, they could drive around to other stores and she could say, like, a bunch of puns about Target, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I just knew when I, took that temporary job, it was a bullseye.
Yeah. I mean, she just, she talks about targeting fitness on the road.
Okay.
Targeting brunch and barbells.
Okay.
Because she lifts. She balances her wellness and her career. Okay. But it seems like her career takes more on it. I just feel like her
life is consumed.
Target's probably not. Target is going to, hopefully, what happens is they fire her, right?
Yeah.
And then those people are like, did you see how we got her fired? This boss that everybody hates. Y'all want to, like, get a union rolling?
Yeah,
We could do this all the fucking time. This could just, like, be a regular thing.
Yeah.
We could do this for, like, to try to get $15 an hour.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that she's doing all this influencer and extra work for a job. She's probably getting paid like $37,000 or
she's
something.
A team lead, which is that's the other thing. She's not necessarily management. She's team lead. Let me look up what STL mean because that's what they put in front of her name. I think it might be store team lead.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's see what the range is.
Yeah. Let me look
yeah,
up.
that is a lot of extra effort and you're not getting paid for that and it's consumed your life and I just don't see the out. I don't. I mean, maybe if it's like this is inspirational that I have this terrible job, but I'm also like do badass weightlifting or I can live on less.
So we have a Glassdoor page for Target team leader salaries. Average base pay is $107,000 a year.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No, it's good.
No, I'll be an influencer for Target for that much. I'll get fucking married in one.
Average additional pay is about $20,000 a year. I think additional pay is bonuses. Like you get bonuses and stock bonuses in that job too. So yeah, I guess a store team leader is probably the top.
Yeah,
it's not like a team lead.
It's not like someone that makes $1 more for an hour and just yells at you or gets you in trouble with the big manager.
They also get vacation and time off. Like I'm reading the comments and it says it's great.
Okay.
It's very great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to maybe do a career rethinking.
You would never get the store team lead job. They would never make you
I would be good at it.
You would be, number one, you would not be good at it. You don't have the kind of, I would be great at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm like a
could lead
people
all those
person.
people.
I could deal with people. I like people in their different idiosyncrasies, whatever that word is.
Yeah.
And like, I could run a fucking Target if I wanted to.
Sure.
I don't want to. And I don't think I could get the job. And I think you could run the Target. I don't dispute that. I think that like you would
passion
run it more
wouldn't be
like
there.
the influencer lady.
Yes, I
and
would.
I would run it more like fucking a commune. You know, like, bros, man, I take a little bit of pay cut so I can give you guys more money, man. You know,
Okay.
I think I'd be a great.
You'd go hand out $100 bills on break.
No, I would just be like, what's the budget for the store? You know, and then I would make sure they took like, so we're talking about $100,000 a year, right? I would be like on the phone every time an employee came in, and I'd be like, oh, hold on, I'm on the phone with corporate, and then they would just wait here real quick, and I'd be like, I said take $25,000 a year out of my check and redistribute it to the employees. You're just on the phone making deals.
Okay.
That's how you get the team on your side, you know?
Yeah, get yourself in financial ruin.
God, she loses that job. She is 100% fucked.
Yeah, that is
Like-
going to be hard to do somewhere else. I don't fucking know how.
That's the
what
only
other
store it works. That's the only store
Yeah.
that influencer works at. She couldn't do it at Walmart because of the smock and stuff like that. Like Target lets you wear your own clothes.
Yeah.
God, she couldn't do that anywhere else.
Well, she could try. She'll try. She'll try. She'll be at the Bass Pro Shop, and they're like, howdy, y'all.
I mean, she would probably. I mean, that's probably a position that probably isn't that hard to find. I don't know though.
Store lead
I
or
don't know
whatever.
if like they
Big
hire
boss.
the big boss at the
That's a
grocery
big
store
ass
from
boss.
outside a lot of times.
Why
I don't feel like. Do they?
I don't know nothing about it, dude.
I think it's mostly people with degrees and shit.
Oh, yeah, you got to have degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to let you just work your fucking way up and get that job.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like a job where you work your way up to get there. It's like you could never do that because if you worked your way from the bottom, you wouldn't love Target enough to be the person that's the face of Target. Like you would hate it.
Yeah.
Like if you're stocking shelves at Target.
Yeah, you know,
fucking
you're going to
hate
wash
it.
out.
Yeah.
You can't put up with that shit for very long.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, that's the show. That's two labor actions. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I love labor actions.
Yeah.
I love to do laborious actions.
Hell yeah. Well, fun. Very fun. So
Yeah, great show. Thanks for joining us on the live stream there. I didn't see you on the chat this week, but I'm sure you were all hilarious. And come back. I can't remember any weird Easter traditions. I do want some hot cross buns, though. I'm going to try to get my hands on some of those. If you want more Street Fight Radio, if you were missing us from your feed, there's tons of bonus material over on Patreon, patreon.com/Street Fight Radio. You can pledge a monthly donation to the show, unlock a whole bunch of bonus episodes, read some comic books, watch some videos. There's a whole bunch of shit over there. Please consider supporting the show so we can keep this thing moving. We're going to the Southwest in May. I got somebody working on a poster. We're going to have it all announced before the end of this month. Hopefully before that, we got everything tightened up, I think. We're going to Denver. We're going to Albuquerque. We're going to Phoenix. And we're going to Las Vegas. That's happening like in the May 19th to 25th region.
Yeah. So get ready. 20. Yeah. And I think we're on Sunday in Vegas.
Okay.
We're going to Double or Nothing. So if you're out there for Double or Nothing, we'd love to hang out with you. Wrestling fans. Hopefully
Yeah.
they do some indie shows there is what I was thinking. But
Maybe.
if not, me and Brett will go shoot a Uzi and Brett will drive a Bobcat.
Yeah.
And then I will proposition them to let me shoot at the Bobcat while Brett drives it with an Uzi.
Yeah.
And then we'll film it and it'll be really fucking cool.
Perfect.
I won't hit you.
Of course.
I would never shoot you.
Yeah.
But I would
Thank
shoot
you.
at the, like
Right.
maybe you can bring the thing up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the digger boy up. And then I'll just fucking really shoot at that with an Uzi.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
something I'm thinking about.
Makes sense. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for being cool. We are Street Fight Radio. Peace.
Come look at this.